because we can do things like this. And then we have contact.
Yeah.
And it's very funny to do it with him.
But he'll let you do that.
Yes. He's starting. He is starting.
How did he do it? How did he start?
Maybe it's
Coincidentally.
Yes. We are sitting
and then it just happens.
he can he's half laying on the sofa and his knees are in the way and he can do like yes.
So I would look at all the different shapes he's making, when from vertical to horizontal also, and pick them up, because when we're in horizontal, and we're joined in horizontal, it's very different than when we're here, right? I did a session with a client, very sophisticated client. She was always worried that I was criticizing her in some way. I had the two of us lying on the floor, like this. We were lying like this, and we did the therapy session like this. And it worked out for her because she was pregnant too. So, and we worked a lot, we worked for weeks like this until something shifted. And then at the end, when we worked like this at the beginning of the session, then when we pushed up at the end of the session, because you and I had this experience too, because we had this together, this as an early support, this as being in contact, which becomes background to making contact. This is more activity of contact making. So if we're just lying like this here, we're getting more ground, the being in contact that underlies. Did anybody read the article that I sent you that Dan Bloom wrote, Being in Contact and Making Contact? Look through your notes, the stuff I sent you. That making contact is easier once you have laid more ground.
So what you're saying is this is kind of grounding together in a way?
We are together at a different perceptual level. It is an earlier perceptual level. I don't know the words for it. Maybe we can think together more theoretically about that. But there is something about the earlier state of being together here is not really available. And so when we're like this, we're missing an earlier place of availability for connection. Does that make sense at all?
It's like an unmet, it was an unmet state.
Okay, good. Thank you. There's an earlier need there that hasn't been met, and so it hasn't grown up. Thank you. Thank you for that. We're looking at the need that hasn't been met in its earlier stage. It's very different like this than if we're like this. Or than if we're like this. We don't even have to touch. We have to know that you're there. Come back to the side again. This kind of twinship that clients also need. There's a twinship and there's mirroring. So what do you notice?
No, I want to go longer.
Good. But when we're like this,
I can stand here. Yes.
yeah. When I moved to Norway and you and I worked together, I would work like this with you a lot here. Really. Until we had enough of this that we could sort of go like this, knowing that we could come back here. Because you have to know I'm with you in a particular way. To really feel, and not to have that confrontation so clearly, but to know I'm here and it's not too much. Erin, am I pronouncing your name right?
No, Erin.
Erin.
But it's
you have to
okay.
tell me. Erin.
Yes.
I spell it now. I spell it right now, so
Yes.
that's one good thing, right?
Yes.
And I know it's your name.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so Erin, in a way, is very sensitive to stimulation. Very sensitive. I think more than you even imagine. So, yeah. So I want to really titrate. You know that word, titrate? Make a dilution. I want to dilute. You know dilution?
Adjust or modify.
Patina.
Dilute. The excitement here.
Increase the potential.
That's right. So you're diluting the excitement, but you're increasing the potential of contacting. Because here, for you, let's say, there's so much excitement that you cannot modulate. Tell me if I'm using a word that you can't adjust to, that the potential of our being together is diminished.